Bones.com. I'm Metal Mark here with the one and only Brian Head Welch. On this East Coast tour now for a little bit. How's it treated you so far, man?
It's been really good, man.
Yeah.
Really good, yeah. It's been a lot of fun. It's better than we had a Over My Head tour before this on the West Coast, and that was kind of, it got booked at the last minute, like probably 8 shows got booked at last minute, so it was just a kind of a drag. This one's killer.
Very cool. Well, obviously the big news, Paralyzed, the single is out right now, but the new album is coming out, last I heard was spring for next year.
Yep, we'll have an album.
I heard that it's more, you're going back to more of the raw guitar tones, and it's going to be just, you said the first album was a little spacey, I heard.
Yeah.
But you're going back to more of the raw sound. What do you exactly mean by that?
Well, I think I liked the first album, my first solo album, but it's just, you know, I put strings in there, and I put a lot of synthesizers, and I was just experimenting with sounds and stuff like that, trying to come up with my own sound, but this guy's pulling me back. He's like, what do you like to play? And I go, well, just, you know, heavy stuff, like the ones that just go nuts live, and you feel the energy. And he's like, well, that's what I want to hear from you too. And he's pulling out like good riffs, quality songs and stuff like that, just all guitars.
Yeah.
So we're going for it. And Paralyze is like an example of what's to come, I think.
Yes, you can pick that up on iTunes, Amazon. It's already out everywhere. Now, I've seen Korn before, but I've never seen your solo. But I've watched videos online how crazy you go. It seems like you're more free on stage with this band than I've seen you in a long time. Would you agree with that?
Lately, yeah. It's just at first I was like, oh, singing things sucks. Like it's kind of stressful, you know. But now I'm kind of like having fun with it. So yeah, I'm growing. Like it's crazy. It could be like 40 years old and still growing as a person. You know, it's pretty cool. It's fun.
Yeah. Well, I also saw that you still play Korn songs on the set list, and I was wondering, with the solo career, why did you still decide to play Korn instead of just playing strictly your solo stuff?
Because I don't like how a lot of my my first solo songs, on the first record, I don't like the way they feel live. A lot of them.
Yeah.
So, and I've been playing them 3 years, and I'm like, dude, what else am I gonna play? Because I've been stuck with just in the courts with my old label, and I couldn't put out new music, so I'm like, I'm gonna play these songs that I wrote with the guys. Why not?
Yeah,
they're fun, and I'm stoked that I was a part of them, so it's fun.
Obviously, as a Korn fan, I was surprised as everybody when you came out and said you became a Christian, which is incredible. I find it very inspirational. But when I realized it was for real, it was when you got baptized in the Jordan River, which is huge, and it's a rare experience that not many people, especially over here, get to do. Could you describe that experience for people like that? Because that's just...
Yeah, it was crazy. I was reading the Bible one day. It said, like, Jesus he got baptized in the Jordan River.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then I got a phone call and said, hey, you want to get baptized in Jordan River in Israel? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I just read that. Like, it's just like a message. And then he's like, I'll give you a free plane ticket.
Oh, wow.
The church. And I was like, I guess I'm supposed to go to Israel. So I went. And yeah, it was very cold, but it was really cool.
Yeah, awesome. Well, obviously in a lot of interviews you talked about how important your daughter's been in your life, how inspirational she has been. And I wanted to know if, say you didn't have her in your life, where do you think you would be right now?
Probably dead.
Probably dead.
Because I would have... she was the main reason I wanted to get clean and everything, because I could function okay doing the Korn songs and just doing the rock star, so I probably would have kept doing drugs, and mixing Xanax and speed every day.
Yeah.
Your heart is bound to blow up.
Very
or
cool.
stop beating or something, So
wow.
Thank you for her. But she's on the road with me right now. She was just here. She does online school and stuff, so it's really cool. She is awesome. But man, I fail at as a dad so much. I got like me and her fight all the time because she's like, what? You know, she's like 13 now, so she's teenager. Popping off, and I'm like, oh, I can't handle it. So, but it's cool. You know, we'll get through it.
What's harder, being a father or a musician?
Being a father.
Being a father?
Yeah, it's a pretty hard job. It's stressful. Single dad, by the way, too. You know, I went on a couple dates, and it just didn't feel like it was my time. You know.
With your career, especially with Korn, you touched a lot of fans' lives because, I mean, many people change their lives for the better. And with this new music, you're inspiring them in a whole new direction. How do you compare the reactions to fans, from the Korn fans to the solo stuff?
Well, at first it was like, this guy's weird.
Yeah.
You know, so because all the weird stuff that happened, it was because I was coming off drugs.
Yeah.
And I was acting a fool because I was on meth for 2 years, you know. But now that that's wore off, I'm a normal person again, and I really have a heart relationship. It's heart to heart with God, you know, and it's really personal. But I'm not as preachy anymore either, you know, because you don't want people just to like write you off just because you won't shut your mouth, you know. Yeah. And I don't have that desire to just run my mouth all the time too. But that's, like I said, it was the drugs, you know, all the weird stuff that went on was the drugs, and don't do drugs. That's your lesson today.
That's your lesson for today. Now, ask fans on Twitter and Facebook and everything. And obviously, the most asked question was: now that you're at peace and you're better as a person, as you said, do you ever see yourself returning to Korn in the future?
Right now, like there's no plans or nothing. But me and Jonathan and me and Fieldy hung out a month ago. They came to one of these shows. Oh, nice. And it was a trip. I went to John's house and went to the Korn studio, saw all the old sets, you know, the Korn cage and all that. Nice. So it was a trip, man. But it would have to be for a purpose. Yeah. And it would have to mean something to me. But you know, I've been saying it for years, like never say never, you know. Yeah. Because you just don't. I wrote in my book, the last book, because I got all mad because Monkey said that I came crawling back, basically, and it was totally real far from the truth. And so I got all pissed off when I was writing my book. I was like, yep. Then I wrote the whole story about what he said, and I said, but I ain't never going. I'm so pissed off. I'm never going back to Korn, ever. Yeah. This is not, you know. But then when I hung out with Jonathan just lately, I was like, man, like if it was like maybe a tour or something, like if it was meant to be later on, not right now, no way. Yeah. He's gotta help me. He's gotta free me. He's gotta save me from my painful situation. He's gotta help me. He's gotta free me. He's gotta save me from my painful situation. Please God help me. Please God free me. Please God save me from my painful situation.
After this tour, are you just finishing the record? I know you had the Alice Cooper date in December.
Yeah,
but
that's gonna be cool.
I mean, how did that come about? Did he approach you to do it, or?
Yeah, they called me, and actually, his people called me, or called my management, and then I was like, yeah, and I started talking to him, and I heard that Alice was gonna call me, because I guess he calls everybody. Yeah. But he hasn't called me yet. What's up, Alice Cooper?
He doesn't go to our site. He won't see this.
Whatever. I don't know if I'm gonna play his show now.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
I ruined it. I'm sorry.
Well, if he can't go to your site, he's not good enough for me.
That's a good point. That's a good point, man. Do you have any last words to the fans?
I hate you. No, I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Thank you for putting up with my drug-induced weirdness after I left Korn. I'm rocking again. Paralyzed video's coming out in like 2 weeks, so it's going to be touring, and look for that new album next year. We're really excited, so thanks.
Thank you guys very much. We love you.